everyone, this is LT6. I can calculate the volume of a 3D figure. And when we talk about 3D, we just mean three-dimensional. So any flat object would be 2D. So like this board is 2D because it has a length and a width. But once we start adding height, that's when objects become 3D. So like if I look at this box that my markers are in, this is 3D because it has a length, it has a width, and it has a height. And the same thing is true even for round objects. So this has a height, it has a length across the front, and then it has a width across the side. So remember, 3D just means that there's three dimensions: length, width, and height. So for this first one, we're trying to find the volume of this rectangular prism. And a rectangular prism just means a 3D shape that's kind of like a bunch of rectangles stacked on top of each other. So if I think about one piece of paper, this is a rectangle, one piece. But then if I take a whole bunch of them and stack them up, this turns into a rectangular prism because now it's a 3D shape that has a length, a width, and a height. So if you remember my other video, it was saying that with volume, pretty much you want to find the area of the base and then multiply by the height. So let me write that down here. So volume equals the area of the base, and then we're going to multiply it by the height. And this isn't only for rectangular prisms, it could also work for triangular prisms, which is a triangle, and then just a bunch of them stacked on top of each other. So for this shape, if I look at my base, that's going to be this side here. And you could say the base was this face, or the left or the top, but I'm going to pick the bottom one to make it easier. So I look at the bottom here, the area of the base is going to be 10 times 2, because remember area is length times width, so that equals 20. And then I'm going to multiply by the height, because it's like saying that the base is 20 feet squared. And then I'm going to multiply by 4, because it's like saying there's 4 layers of 20. So if I do 20 times 4, I'm going to get that my volume is 80 feet cubed. And so remember, when it's feet cubed, what that means is that basically there's 80 little cubes that are 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. So this is 1 foot, this is 1 foot, this is 1 foot. So there's 80 of those cubes that would fit inside of this rectangular prism. Okay, same thing with number 2. I'm going to find the area of my base again. So if I look at my base here, I have 3 times 2. Which is 6 inches squared. So the area of my base is 6 inches squared, and I'm going to multiply by 5 because it's saying that there's 5 layers of that. So I do 6 times 5 equals 30 inches cubed. So that means that there are 30 little cubes that are 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch that are going to fit inside of that rectangular prism.